a Divas Tag Team Championship. And the thing with this one is, and I told you this yesterday, at first, and I have been for a long time, I wrote an article about this, check the archives on Bleacher Report 5 years ago. People still ask me about this on hashtag AskGSM. People ask me about it on Twitter. Could you see a Divas Tag Team title? I've always said no. Just because, for two reasons. One, the talent wasn't there. When they asked me many months ago, the talent is there now. And two, I don't think it'd be utilized properly. Like TNA, the idea, in theory, it's a great idea. They put the fucking title on Eric Young, and they made it feel like a piece of shit, and those things were around for a long time, and it was a complete waste. But the way that you kind of laid it out, with the people that you laid it out with, and the proposed tag teams that you put in the article as well, I not that I'm like 100%, I'm like a complete 180, but I'm a little bit more open to the idea. So exactly, in a nutshell, RJ, sum it up for the people. What is your idea for a Divas Tag Team Championship debuting at WrestleMania, in your opinion?
I think that, like you said, no one wants to see like Lana and Brie Bella like a Total Divas match because it's so overdone that to this point, like I said, the Total Divas, the girls turn so much, I get confused who's a heel, who's a face. Paige is heel one week, she's face for 2 weeks, she's heel again. It's just like I don't care anymore. But I think WrestleMania 32 they should do a Battle Royal. Whoever the last two women are standing are the new WWE Diva Tag Team Champions. Like I said, it doesn't even have to make sense. Like I said, Becky Lynch could be left with Deonna Purrazzo. Like it wouldn't make sense, but like, oh my god, like she's champion now with Becky Lynch. Like what the like she can learn from her and like
something new.
Or we could have Bay Mella or unfortunately Eva Marie and Nia Jax.
It's a tag team.
Naomi and Cameron could reunite it. It's like I feel like the possibilities are endless.
Bella
Twins.
Team B.A.D as it is.
Team B.A.D, Emma and Paige.
Emma and Dana Brooke. Emma and Dana Brooke. Oh
there's just so many. I think that the roster right now is so stacked, as I put it, that there's so many women that aren't being utilized that if they put this in like as an actual title, you'd get more Divas matches. They'd make more meaningful, and people would care more, and you'd be utilizing these women that aren't being utilized, and then it'd get the fans more interested in the division.
I like it. I like the idea of more feuds in the Divas division that aren't over the championship. And I think, this is also over a championship, but at least in this respect, it's not giving the women a championship. Like we've talked about this before, this has been my theory forever. And I know you didn't agree with it, and I'm sure you still don't. But I feel like less is more with the championships. Like, I don't want to just throw championships out there just because, we could. I want them to mean something. And I think the case can, I'm not saying the championships right now, I'm not going to be like everyone else and say every title in the company right now is a piece of shit. Like, even the Divas title, Charlotte has had a lot of successful title defenses. I care about her reign. Same thing with Kevin Owens. He had a nice back and forth with Dean Ambrose. U.S. title, Kalisto's not being booked too well right now. But it was like the top prize in the company a year ago. In the World Championship, there's some interest around that right now. So it's not like these championships are completely meaningless.
No, I think the U.S. title is definitely the most meaningless out of all of them.
Yeah, I think it's kind of lost a bit of its luster over the last couple of months just because of what they've done with Del Rio and Kalisto. Again, not a piece of shit, but it's not as good as it once was a year ago. But regardless, I just think in this respect, what I'm trying to get out of here is that people would just say, let's get Divas Tag Team titles for the sake of having Divas Tag Team titles.
I don't think, like you said, if they had it like 5 or 10 years ago, it'd be awful.
It would have been awful.
Divas weren't good.
The fucking title picture itself was a waste of time.
Kelly.
If the Divas Championship picture itself...
The Bella Twins, when they first started, weren't good.
No, nobody really was. You had one or two good Divas. After Mickie James left, Eve Torres was there.
Beth Phoenix left.
Beth Phoenix. They all got to like the peak of their careers, and then they leave. Like, Caitlyn finally started getting good, and then she left. AJ Lee was finally like great, and then she left. Like, you know what I mean?
Torres too.
Eve Torres, they're all there for like 5-6 years. That's like the time span of an average diva. Whereas someone like Bella Twins, which I can understand because they're a brand. Alicia Fox has been here for almost 10 fucking years. 10 years. Rosa Mendes, same thing. So it's not really the same as it once was. But before, people would just come in like the blonde bimbos. They'd be here for 5 years and then leave. Kelly, even Eve, who was great. She was only here for 5 years. Marie, same thing. She was here for not cup of coffee, but they were only here for about 5-6 years, and then they leave. Trish Stratus is the same exact thing. As great as she was gone in 6 years' time. Lita was gone in 7 years. But we're finally getting to the point where these women can extend their careers because there's more for them to do other than win the championship once and then you're done. Like Alicia Fox, I don't really care about her, but at least she has some sort of a character. It's something, not really. That's a bit of a stretch. But what I'm trying to get at here is that the Divas Tag Team Championship idea, it gives them something to do, and it's plausible. Like, there are enough teams that you can make. You just listed off 5 or 6 teams right there.
Yeah.
5 or 6 potential teams that you could do, and they make sense. It's not like you're saying Paige and Deonna Purrazzo or Dana Brooke and Bayley. Like, these make sense. They have history. They're currently teaming or should be teaming. Even Natalya and Paige have been teaming for a while for whatever reason, a part of Total Divas, but that's been a thing. So I like the idea. Do I think it's going to happen?
No.
Absolutely not. But I do like the idea of it debuting at WrestleMania because it makes it right off the bat feel special. I don't think a championship has ever been decided for the first time ever at WrestleMania. Like, no titles ever debuted at Mania. So I love that idea.